Good morning all. So we are back with our classes on acid, bases and salts. We studied yesterday the dilution decreases the concentration of H3O plus in an acid or OH negative minus in base. Now for in-text questions on page number 25. These questions are very important. So please make sure that you write it in your notebook. So first question is, why do HCl, HNO3, etc. show acidic character in aqueous solution while solutions of compounds like alcohol and glucose do not show acidic character? Answer barkodi. Glucose and alcohol do not ionize in aqueous solution. Glucose and alcohol do not ionize in aqueous solution and hence glucose and alcohol do not ionize in aqueous solution and hence do not show acidic character. And hence do not show acidic character, whereas HCl and HNO3 show acidic character in aqueous solution as they ionize into H3O plus and Cl minus. As they ionize into H3O plus and Cl minus. There please write the equation. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. HNO3 plus H2O gives H3O plus NO3 minus. You have to write there these equations. This shows what? C2H5OH plus H2O and C6H12O6 plus H2O. They do not ionize. Okay? Whereas when you take HCl or when you take HNO3 in water or in aqueous solution, they ionize to give what? Hydronium ion and Cl minus. This hydronium ion is responsible for its acidic character. Why does an aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity? Aqueous solution of an acid conducts electricity because it produces ions. Because it produces ions. Okay, and again you write one of this equation for that answer. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. Next, why does dry HCl gas not change the color of dry litmus paper? Dry HCl gas does not change the color of dry litmus paper because H plus ions released from HCl is right here. HCl dry, okay, when it is ionizes, it forms H plus Cl minus. This H plus is incapable of staying independently. Okay, so what will you write? Dry HCl gas does not change the color of dry litmus paper because the H plus ion, which is formed from dry HCl, is not capable of staying independently or existing independently. It requires a molecule of water to form stable hydronium ion. It requires a molecule of water to form the stable hydronium ion. While diluting an acid, why is it recommended that acid should be added to water and not water to acid. If we add water to acid, the reaction is highly exothermic. Due to local heating, the container may break and the acid may spurt out, causing burst. It is always advisable to dilute acid by taking water and adding acid drop by drop to it with constant stirring. How is the concentration of H3O plus affected when a solution of an acid is diluted? It decreases. Please write, the concentration of H3O plus when an acid is diluted, it decreases. Because we studied dilution decreases concentration. How is the concentration of OH minus affected when excess base is dissolved in a solution of NaOH? When I add to it more of NaOH, the concentration of OH minus increases. Please write. When I add water, the concentration of OH minus ions decreases. When I add base, the concentration of OH minus ions increases. Okay. So these are the questions. These questions are very important. So make sure you go through it. Particularly the dry HCl thing. The reason being, dry HCl releases H plus ions, which is incapable of staying independently. So it requires a molecule of water to form what? H3O plus, which is the stable molecule, and to show what? Acidic behavior. Now we have to study something which is called how strong are acid or base solution. Okay, this is a very important part of this chapter, and we have to study something which is called as pH of the solution. What does pH mean and what exactly are we to study? Okay, we say some acids are strong and some acids are weak. We say some acids are strong because they contain more of what ions? H3O plus or H plus ions, H plus aqueous ions. Some bases are strong because they contain more of OH minus ions. So, how should we know whether which acid is strong and which acid is weak? Okay, so for that, we generally have a scale which is called as what scale? pH scale. It should be written like this only. The P should be written small and H should be written as superscript. Okay, so it is written as what? This is called as what scale? pH scale. This pH scale is given by a scientist called Sorensen. The pH scale is given by a scientist called Sorensen, which measures the strength of an acid or base. So now here also, like the scale, he gave some numbers and then he said how to understand it, we will study. So his scale ranges from 14 to 0, or I should say from 0 to 14. And in between he has a number 7, which is neutral. Okay, so we will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 1, 14. This is my scale. 7 is supposed to be neutral. If any solution has a pH of 7, it is said to be neutral, and it will always give a color green with universal indicator. Okay, if it is 0 or if it is 1, 2 and all, these colors are all shades of red, and this means what? Acidic in nature. And these 14, which is purple in color, it actually means alkaline or rather basic. So 7 is what? neutral. In a pH scale, if I say the solution is showing a pH of 7, means it is what in color? Neutral in color, neutral in medium, as well as it is what in color? Green in color. If it has a pH of 1, 2, 3 and all, it is what? Red. And it is what in nature? Acidic in nature. If it is purple, it is basic in nature. This 8 and 9 are weakly basic. Whereas 13, 14 is strongly basic. Same way, 6 and 5 are what? Weakly acidic. Whereas 1, 2 and 3 are strongly acidic. Or 0, 1, 2 are strongly acidic. Clear? So what is a pH scale? It is a scale which tells you the acidity or the basicity of a solution. It is ranging from 0 to 14. It basically shows that if the pH is between 0, 1 and 2, it is what in nature? Acidic in nature. From 0 to 6, it is acidic. From 8 to 14, it is basic. 8 and 9, weakly basic. 6 and 5, weakly acidic. Strongly acidic, 0 and 1. Strongly basic, 14 and 13. Clear? Now, what is the color when it is neutral? With a universal indicator, it gives a color green. When it is acidic, it is red or shades of red. And when it is basic, it is shades of purple. Clear? So we will read through it. We know how acid-base indicators are used to distinguish between an acid and base. We have also learnt in the previous section about dilution and decreases in its concentration of H plus or OH ions in solution. Can we quantitatively find the amount of these ions present in the solution? Can we judge how strong a given acid or base is? We can do this by making use of universal indicator, which is a mixture of several indicators. Please write, what is a universal indicator? What is a universal indicator? Okay, so universal indicator is an indicator which is a mixture of many indicators. It shows different colors at different concentrations of H plus ions in solution. A scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration is called pH scale. So now from here we will study once again. So what does pH scale measure? We said it measures the acidity or basicity. So it is actually measuring what ion concentration? Hydrogen ion concentration. Here the P stands for a German word potence. Potence means power. So we are studying what? Power of H plus ion concentration. What are we studying? The power of H plus ion concentration. So what is pH? pH basically is a scale to measure the H plus ion concentration of a solution. It is generally taken, the word or the letter P is taken from a German word potence, which means you are calculating the power of hydrogen ion concentration. How we write? Not given in your textbook, but I will teach you. pH is generally written as negative log of logarithm value, negative log of H plus ion concentration. And if I say hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 2. Suppose I say hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 2. So pH becomes what? 2. If hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus x, pH is what? X. Did you get my point? I can tell you how to do logarithms, but you will never learn in 10th. So there is no point teaching you logarithms. So always understand, if hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 2, pH is 2. If hydrogen ion concentration in general is 10 to the power minus x, pH is x. hydrogen ion concentration 0 na bitkodona. Okay, if pH is 1, its hydrogen ion concentration will become what? 10 to the power minus 1. Then 10 to the power minus 2, 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power minus 4, 10 to the power minus 5, 10 to the power minus 6, 10 to the power minus 7. This means it is what? Now, here I will again teach hydrogen ion concentration 10 to the power minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, minus 12, minus 13 and minus 14. Fine? From minus 1 to minus 14, is the hydrogen ion concentration increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So what we learned, as the hydrogen ion concentration decreases, pH increases. This has to be understood. So what is pH? It is actually calculated on the basis of hydrogen ion concentration. We say it is negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. So if hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus x, pH is x. On that basis, I solved if the hydrogen ion concentration is 1, hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 1, pH is 1. If hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 10, pH is 10. If hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 14, pH is 14. As the hydrogen ion concentration decreases, pH increases. So remember, H plus ion concentration decreases, pH increases. Okay, this has to be remembered because lot of times questions are asked only on increase and decrease of hydrogen ion concentration. So always understand, to measure the strength of an acid or a base, we generally study a term or a scale which is called as what scale? pH scale. This pH scale is given by whom? Given by Sorensen. This pH scale is used to study the H plus ion concentrations of acids or bases. The word P in pH is taken from a German letter which is called potence, which basically means what? The power of H plus ion concentration. The pH is tested with the help of a universal indicator. What is universal indicator? It is a mixture of many indicators. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral and it shows green color with universal indicator. 14 is alkaline and it shows purple color with universal indicator. 0 and 1 are highly acidic and shows what? Red with universal indicator. If hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus x, pH is x. So we wrote all the hydrogen ion concentration and we wrote its pH. So we found that as hydrogen ion concentration decreases, pH increases. So let us read through it. The P in pH stands for potence in the German, meaning power. On the pH scale, we can measure pH generally from 0 to 14. pH should be thought of simply a number which indicates the acidic or basic nature of solution. Very, very important, please write. Higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower is the pH. As the hydrogen ion concentration decreases, pH increases. What the textbook says, if the hydrogen ion concentration is more, pH is less. The pH of a neutral solution is 7. Values less than 7 on the pH scale represent acidic solution. As the pH value increases from 7 to 14, it represents an increase in OH ion concentration because it becomes what? Basic in nature. That is, increase in the strength of alkali. Generally, paper impregnated with the universal indicator is used for measuring pH. So, what is pH paper? pH paper is a paper which is made up of mixture of many indicators and is called as what indicator? Universal indicator. Can you see figure 2.7? Figure 2.7 is your pH paper. You can see different colors. You will find that 7 is neutral. You will find that all from 0 to 7 they are shades of red, and from 7 to 14 they are shades of purple. You will find below it, below that scale, different substances with different pH. That is very important from board point of view. Gastric juice is about 1.2 pH. That means it is acidic in nature. Lemon juice is 2.2, acidic in nature. pH of our blood is 7.4. That means it is neutral in nature. Milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide. Please write MgOH twice. Milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide, which is 10, and NaOH solution is about 40. So NaOH is highly what? Alkaline in or basic in nature. Milk of magnesia is weakly basic. Pure blood and pure water are how much? 7.4, which is neutral. Lemon juice is acidic, and gastric juice, which is produced in our stomach, is highly acidic. You are supposed to do that table if you can do. Saliva before meal, saliva after meal, lemon juice. Lemon juice is given below. Colorless aerated drink, carrot juice, coffee, tomato juice, tap water, 1 molar NaOH and 1 molar HCl. If you have Google and you have free time, you can do this, the table today. If you don't, I will tell you what is the color also. Okay. The strength of acids and bases depends on the number of H plus ions or OH ions produced. If we take HCl and acetic acid of the same concentration, say 1 molar, then these produce different amount of H plus ions. Okay. Now please write which is stronger, 1 mHCl or 1 molar HCl, which is stronger, 1 molar HCl or 1 molar acetic acid? Stronger, 1 molar HCl or 1 molar acetic acid? Write the answer. 1 molar HCl is stronger. 1 molar HCl is stronger as it gives more number of H plus ions, as it gives more number of H plus ions and is completely dissociated and is completely ionized, as it gives more number of H plus ions and is completely ionized. Okay, so any acid which completely gets ionized is called as a strong acid. Any acid which partially ionizes is called as weak acid. Andre, if I take, suppose I take 10 moles of HCl, and if I take 10 moles of HCl and I get 10 moles of H plus ions and 10 moles of Cl minus ions, that means HCl is completely ionized. So it is what acid? Strong acid. But if I take 10 moles of CH3COOH and I get only 5 moles of CH3COO minus and 5 moles of H plus ion, that means 5 moles of CH3COH is not broken down into ions. So it is what acid? Weak acid. An acid which completely ionizes, strong acid. An acid which does not ionize, weak acid. And base which completely gets ionized and gives a lot of OH minus ions, it is a strong base. If it gives less of OH minus ions, it is a weak base. Today we have studied something which is slightly different from everyday's class. So we will repeat the whole thing from the beginning as we often do. So we will start again from the chapter of acid, bases and salt. We started as acids are substances which are what to taste? Sour to taste, and they turn what? Blue litmus red. Bases are substances which are bitter to taste, soapy to touch, and turn red litmus blue. Indicators are substances which change their color and identify a medium to be acidic or basic. There are three kinds of indicators: natural indicators, synthetic indicators, and olfactory indicators. Natural indicators include litmus, which is a purple dye obtained from lichen plant belonging to division Thallophyta. We also studied red cabbage leaves, turmeric, petals of hydrangea, petunia, and geranium as natural indicator. Turmeric, which is a natural indicator, is yellow in neutral medium but becomes what? Orange red in alkaline medium. Therefore, a stain of curry which contains turmeric as an indicator, when it is rubbed with soap, becomes orange red, but when dipped in plain water, which is neutral, becomes yellow in color. After that, we studied synthetic indicators, which are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Methyl orange is yellow in alkaline medium and is orange red in acidic medium. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acidic medium but is pink in alkaline medium. There are olfactory indicators such as vanilla, clove and onion, which basically change the odor in different medium. After that, we studied, please write equations along with me. We studied when any metal reacts with acid, it forms what? Salt and liberates hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas can be tested by bringing a burning splinter near the mouth of the test tube, which goes off with a pop sound. Certain bases also react with metal to form what? Sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus H2. This sodium zincate is the salt and hydrogen is released. This hydrogen gas can also be tested by bringing a burning splinter near the mouth of the test tube, which goes off with a pop sound. After that, we studied that certain bicarbonates or hydrogen carbonate, when they react with acid, they form salt, water, and what is liberated? Carbon dioxide gas is liberated. This carbon dioxide gas comes out with a lot of effervescence or bubbling. If I take sodium carbonate and react it with HCl, I need to balance this reaction to form what? 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. How can I test the presence of carbon dioxide gas? I can test the presence of carbon dioxide gas by reacting it with what water? Lime water. The lime water turns milky due to the formation of insoluble calcium carbonate. The lime water turns milky due to the formation of insoluble calcium carbonate, and it forms what? Water along with it. If excess of carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, then the lime water basically turns transparent due to the formation of soluble calcium hydrogen carbonate. Okay? Then we studied that metal oxides are always what in nature? Basic in nature. These metal oxides, which are basic in nature, they react with acid to form salt and water. This proves that metal oxides are what in nature? Basic in nature. Non-metallic oxide reacts with base to form what? Salt and water. So this is the entire equation which I am writing every day. How many equations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 equations we are writing every day, so that you know that what are the equations involved in acids and bases. Okay? Then we studied that if I take a glass beaker, put a cork and actually put 2 nails on it and connect that to a cell or a battery using a switch and a bulb, and put into it solution of glucose, alcohol, HCl, H2SO4, NaOH and CaOH twice, I find that the bulb does not glow with both glucose and alcohol, but it glows when I take a solution of HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, MgOH twice, CaOH twice, NaOH, KOH. This is because all the acids what I said and all the bases what I said, they will all get dissociated into ions, whereas glucose and alcohol will not decompose or will not ionize, and hence the bulb does not glow. When an acid and base has to show its acidic and basic property, it has to be in presence of water. If it has to be in presence of water, then why does dry HCl not conduct electricity, or it does not show acidic property? This is because HCl, when dry, dissociates into H plus and Cl minus. This H plus is not capable of existing independently, and hence dry HCl does not show acidic property. But when acid is dissolved in water, it forms what ion? This H comes here. It forms hydronium ion and Cl minus is released. This hydronium ion is responsible for its acidic property, and the HCl solution will turn blue litmus red because of the presence of what ions? Hydronium ions. If a base is dissolved in water, then what we write? NaOH. If it is dissolved in water, it forms what? Na plus aqueous and OH minus aqueous. This aqueous OH minus is responsible for turning the red litmus blue. After that, we studied that if we have to dilute an acid, we should always take water and add acid drop by drop to it with constant stirring. But if I do the reverse, that is, I take acid and add water to it, the reaction becomes highly exothermic and the acid may spurt out, or the container in which acid is kept may break. This is why we should always take what? Water and add acid drop by drop with constant stirring. There is a picture given near it which shows that acids and bases are corrosive in nature and should not be touched with what hands? Bare hands or naked hands. After that, we studied if I add water to acid or if I add water to base, then the acid and base is said to be what? Diluted. When I dilute an acid or base, then what happens? There is decrease in concentration of hydronium ion per unit volume or OH minus ions per unit volume. So dilution always decreases the concentration. To study the strength of an acid or base, we generally make a scale which is called as what scale? pH scale. The pH scale is used to measure the hydronium ion concentration or the hydrogen ion concentration of an acid or a base. pH scale or the pH paper is usually made by dipping the paper in universal indicator, which is a mixture of many indicators. If the solution shows green color to the pH paper, that means its pH is 7 and it is neutral. If it shows shades of orange and red, it is acidic in nature and its pH ranges from 0 to 6. Okay, because 7 is neutral. So if it shows the shades of purple, then it basically shows what? It is alkaline in nature and its pH ranges from 8 to 14. 14 is highly basic, 8 is weakly basic. 0, 1 are highly acidic and 6 and 5 are weakly acidic. The pH, the word or the word pH, the P stands for a German word potence, which means the power of hydrogen ion concentration. Certain acids are strong acids which completely give all the H plus ions. But if they do not give all H plus ions, then it is called as what acid? Weak acid. If I take 1 molar HCl and 1 molar CH3COOH, then 1 molar HCl is said to be strong because it completely ionizes to give all the H plus ions. This is what we have studied. We also studied if hydrogen ion concentration is 10 to the power minus X, pH is X, which means if the hydrogen ion concentration decreases from 10 to the power minus 1 to 10 to the power minus 14, pH increases from 1 to 14. So if hydrogen ion concentration decreases, pH increases. Clear? This is all about pH. If you find any difficulty in understanding, kindly see the video twice. Still you do not know, you can just give me a call. Thank you so much.